Hey. Hello. Hi. True Crime Kent here. Now, I know what you're thinking. Man, I wish more straight white dudes would start a true crime podcast. Their voice just isn't represented enough in this community. Well, I've got good news for you. I'm straight as hell, whiter than Moby, and I sound like Larry the Cable Guy had a one-night stand with Dolly Parton. In True Crime Kent, we'll do deep dives into what most would consider the odder examples of true crime. John Wayne Bobbitt and his missing schmeckle. Carl Tanzler and his obsession with a corpse. Or how about that time a man from Colorado welded 2 tons of steel to a bulldozer and then used it as a chaos machine to bring his town to its knees? Yep, we've covered it. We made fun of it. We came, we saw, we ate burritos. Hell, we got hate mail. So join me and my trusty co-host, the operator of 911 calls fame, and let's go down a smelly, blood-filled rabbit hole together. This right here is True Crime Kent.
Hey y'all, if you're looking for a place where you feel seen, heard, and understood, then look no further. We're Germany and Brittany, and together we make up the Black Girl Bravado podcast.
Every Tuesday, we sit down and candidly chat about the things that most of us are going through. From relationship woes to mental health and wellness, we got you covered. Our show will inspire, motivate, and encourage you to become your best self.
Basically, what we're trying to say is homegirl vibes here, and we want to link up. You can find us on all major streaming platforms and keep up with us on Instagram at the Black Girl Bravado Pod. See you there.
I see across the glass that Eric Zane popped in. Now, for iHeart West Michigan, Zane is on Big 101.3, and he's well known for the Eric Zane Show Podcast, which is heard, I think, weekday mornings whenever he wakes up. And he has hundreds of thousands of people and millions of podcast hits. Just search Eric Zane Show Podcast wherever you download podcasts. If you are in prison, it does get past local, state, and national prison firewalls.
Yeah, well, we actually have a network now. I don't know if you didn't hear about the prison network? County and federal
I didn't know that.
establishments, they have found that inmates respond well to it, and they seem receptive.
Did you just fart when you came into this room?
I beg your pardon? No. Oh, my God.
I'm not lying. I heard something.
No,
Then I did the sniff test when I turned to you, and I'm about 5 feet away from
Brett,
you.
Did I smell when I was standing next to you?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
You tried one of the sneakers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bill, I'm really shocked that you would ask me that. I mean, is this...
It reeks. Did you put on underarm deodorant today?
With your new surroundings, you've really let go of the reins of this show, and that's good. I think that asking me that question is something you would never have asked me in the past.
Well, because the smell was kind of overwhelming.
Yes.
I lost my... If the smell causes me to lose my train of thought,
yeah,
I think I have a right to ask.
I agree.
Live or recorded.
I'm happy you did. I'm very happy with this new direction of shock.
Well, it's not shock. It's just like my nostrils feel like I just sniffed ammonia or something.
Well, okay.
My God.
What
did you eat for lunch? Because we're at about the 4 hour.
I had some guacamole, Bill.
Oh, okay.
And
well, that explains it. We don't need to discuss it anymore. Eric Zane Show Podcast. Search it wherever you download podcasts. Also, he's the voice of X's and Bros. You hear weekday mornings.
Yeah.
On 96.1 and across the Michigan Sports.
High price gig.
He's also the PA voice of the Grand Rapids Gold. The 5 or 6 of you that show up and watch those games, you hear Eric. And
a little off on the number, but okay.
How are they drawn? Seriously, they're the G League affiliate now that the Pistons moved to the Motor City and play in front of 20 people. You get the G League here at Deltaplex, which is a great organization. I love Trey and the crew.
I think
they're drawn well.
Our best nights is Friday nights, and it's crazy, but $2 beers, $2 dogs.
Well, the Griffins. That's how the Griffins build a brand, right?
And I think that you start there. Start with feed them, give them something to drink, and off you go. But the action is incredible. I love the athletes.
Stauskas, were you there when he had?
I was there.
Was it 50 57?
53.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, no, it was 57 and then 43. You were right.
You were there? The 100 points
I was
in 2 games?
there.
Was he nice to you?
He's great. Yeah, everyone on that team is fantastic.
You see he got a 2-year deal with, like, the Celtics?
Yeah. He, I haven't seen how he's done, but that was spectacular.
He hasn't scored a point since he talked to you.
It's because I smell like...
We have 57 and 43. Now, the Grand Rapids Gold are the Denver Nuggets.
Correct.
G League team. The Pistons G League team moved down to Wayne State University, and just a big draw mecca there for a G League team.
Correct. Yes.
And Ben Wallace left being a part of the Drive, and now he's part of the Pistons front office. So they probably try and schedule their Friday nights then when the Wings Top Farm affiliate, the Grand Rapids Griffins, aren't at home.
Yeah.
Across the street over at Van Andel Arena. Right?
Sure. Give. They don't want people having to
and you're
choose.
the PA voice of the Griffins too.
I'm lucky to do that for 17th year.
You are. You are so good at that, man. I'm serious.
They give me a freedom to be flexible in the things I say in the commentary and, joking on the big screen. They let me do whatever I want, and they're awesome.
I heard Kaiser getting ready. I think he was calling a game on. They carry on the Griffins games on 96.1
right.
and Wood FM and Wood AM 1300 106.9 here in Grand Rapids. And I'm driving home one night, and it's a pregame close to. They maybe going to drop the puck at 7, whatever it is. And Bob Kaiser going, all right, thank you, Larry Figursky. We're going to get to our starting lineups presented by Huntington Bank. And in the background, I hear you go, hoo, moo. I'm like, what? Can't even hear Kaiser.
Poor guy, yeah.
You are so good at that.
Thank you.
I hope they're paying you enough money. If they're not, start holding up.
Oh, no, they take care of me. They're a great organization.
No, you're too nice. You do stuff.
They're very kind.
You do not demand market value. I've been around you enough on air, off air, where you need to hold your line.
Well,
Kaiser's making 6 figures.
He should. Okay. If that's true, he should.
That's true.
That's good. I encourage. I'm just a contracted voice.
Figursky's just $70,000. That's still good for a part-time job.
What is this? Are you an agent? Are you is this like Jerry Maguire?
Cut a deal right now.
Is that what this is?
We'll get a deal.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not holding out.
Show Zane the money.
I'm not holding out. I'm very happy with what I do.
No, you are really, and your podcast has just evolved.
Well, we're up to 50 or 60 now, a show, Bill, that are watching it on Twitch.
Well,
and I know you're all about Twitch, Bill, aren't you?
I hate Twitch. Who watches that? Nobody does. Who sits down? Okay, I'm going to say with your podcast, I can see, because you build a loyal audience before free beer and hot wings bent you over and sent you out the door, is that you have built such a great audience. I'm serious that they're loyal to watch.
They're criminals.
But when somebody off the street's just going to sit down and watch a podcast, who's doing that? Maybe Joe Rogan, right?
What
podcast do you watch besides your own?
None. Not a one.
None.
One.
And we're not the old guys saying, get off my lawn.
No. Yeah, I don't know.
Watch
I'm glad they do. I'm glad that if I have something to say, if one person hears me, it's worth doing, in my opinion.
How many ads have you clicked on a podcast?
None.
Not a one. All right. That's what we're the old guys. Brad, how many podcasts have you watched in the last week?
He's an OnlyFans guy.
And
that's
many? Wouldn't surprise me. How many?
He's gone. He's laughing so hard he disappeared.
Yeah, OnlyFans. Hi, everybody. Eric Zane, Bill Simonson.
He's got his own page. You could look up Brett, and he's hosting. Well, he's making money doing this, Bill.
If there's 2 followers on that.
Yeah. I know it. It's a deviance.
I know.
It's a horrible thing.
I know.
But he says it's because you don't pay him enough.
Okay, whatever.
That's awful.
Eric Zane Show Podcast, wherever you download podcast. Voice of X's and Bros. He starts every hour with Anthony Bellino on the Michigan Sports Network. Weekday mornings at 6 a.m. on 96.1 The Game.
It's all built by Marty Boomer, and I'm lucky to be part of it.
It's Boomer, whatever it takes with the Michigan Sports Network. You're really working in good graces to get your show syndicated. on the network.
What?
That's the next thing. How are you not, okay, I'm being honest here. Okay. Across all of Michigan, where we, stretch 19 stations, right, and reach, is that how are your talent, how are you not doing a morning show anywhere?
Well, everybody says I'm washed up, and I agree.
Who says that?
I don't know.
Besides your wife.
People online, they insult me, and they say I'm washed
really?
up.
Welcome to the club.
And so,
by the way, it's led by you.
So I am washed up. Now, that means I'm slinging oldies. I'm slinging oldies on 101.3.
Big 101.3.
Yes.
Do you go by Eric Zane?
I do. America's greatest oldie station.
How are you not easy on 101.3?
You want me to be? No. I will be. I dedicate songs to you. I dedicate songs to you. Like
your obsession with me really goes over the line. Can we go back to everything sports? You just try and entice your audience. Like, my God, if no one ever listened to me and then they just looked at your Twitter feed, they would think, is Hannibal Lecter doing the huge show weekday afternoons at 3?
Well, I'm still trying to get you to resign over the Jared Goff thing, which, I mean,
you know what's going to happen? Goff is going to end up getting dumped after June 1, and Baker Mayfield's going to be the quarterback.
Oh, no.
And all of a sudden, I'm going to live with, your guy didn't last but one season.
I hope not. I don't want Baker Mayfield.
He's whining too much. Doc had said he's a crybaby, and the team doesn't like him.
He is. Goff loves his life right now, doing what, well, I don't know if he loves his life, but he's happy there. And Baker Mayfield.
Have you seen his beautiful girlfriend? And he's making $30 million a year.
There you go. And Mayfield, he's hitting on chicks. There's been 2 incidents now. Mrs. Mayfield is furious with him.
Well, and also, Baker out of Cleveland means no more progressive commercials.
Yes, right.
With the Cleveland Stadium. Eric Zane Show Podcast. Seriously, wherever you download podcasts, it's this side of Rogan.
It's terrible.
The podcast is called Washed Up with Eric Zane.
That's exactly right, and I am, and I'm happy.
No, you're not. You look relaxed and happy.
You
do.
Well, I have the freedom to say things that I wouldn't normally say on the podcast.
You look happy. Your podcast sounds awesome. Your work with the Grand Rapids Gold, the G League affiliate for the Denver Nuggets, the Wingstop Farm affiliate, the Grand Rapids Griffins. I mentioned what you do with X's and Bros.
Lots of little things.
No, it's
lots
not.
Of little
It's
things.
all part of it.
Thank you.
And you're not washed up.
Thank you.
I think a radio station is stupid not to have you in the morning and just letting you entertain.
Well, you never know.
You're a man of the people. You represent the community.
51 years old. So I got there's a lot of gas in the tank.
There is.
But
you just said you were washed up. Make up your damn mind.
I'm being a smart aleck. But the problem is no one likes me. I have shot rockets at bridges. Okay. They're all burned.
No. Here's what I want. Trust me. What I want you to do on the way home is that flip down the visor and look in the mirror.
Okay.
And ask yourself, could I treat people better? Could I not torpedo them on Twitter when they bring me on my show? Could I not just rip them as a human when they support me on Twitter, Facebook, and on a show?
You're talking about what I say about you on Twitter. I know that.
It doesn't bother me. I'm good with it. Eric, man.
I know what you're doing.
It's good to see you. Seriously.
Likewise.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you, Billy.
Yeah, Eric Zane Show Podcast, wherever you download podcast. And when you're at a Grand Rapids Gold game or a Grand Rapids Griffin game, you know the voice. It's Eric Zane.
This is Half-Black Neil, son of Boring Dean. When I'm not being put to sleep by my dad talking to me, I listen to the Eric Zane Show Podcast. Now here he is, the man I wish was my daddy, the super talented Eric Zane.
Thank you, Neil. What? That's Neil's band right there. Right, playing right now. That's Half-Black Neil. The band is called Mulatto. Like melody, but mulatto. Welcome. You're like, Eric Zane, what was that all about? What did you play there? That is yesterday I visited iHeart Grand Rapids to say hello to some friends. Bill was on the radio, and the rest is history. Just dropped by, We did a segment. It was fun. We are talking about creating a show together. Don't know if it will be a radio show or a podcast, but every time we get together, we talk about the chemistry that we have together. And I'm like, Bill, you got to understand. Nobody can stand me, and nobody can stand you. I think this is a winner. Combined, like if you and I threw a party, it would just be you and I at the party. No one would attend. We have, you're my pal. I am your pal. Outside of that, no pals. So I don't know. Who knows? The sky is the limit. And I don't know what format it would be on. Maybe it's just drop by the radio station time and again and say hello to Bill. Sandwiched in between his interviews with, Pistons Insider, Spartans Insider, Lions Insider, whatever writer from whatever website he has on, whatever nerd from the Michigan High School Athletic Association that nobody cares about that he has on. Oh, my God. So much high school stuff. It's like, dude, I to this day, I don't understand the appeal. I just don't. I can understand just about anything, the appeal of something. High school sports is not one of them. I could see gathering at the game with the community in the stands to watch the local high school football game. But if you're at the local high school football game, you're not listening to the game on the radio or online. You're watching it. And those are all the people who care about it. There's no one else. You're in select company when you're at the high school athletic event to watch shitty sports. Some kid drops back to pass. He throws it, and it looks like he's throwing with the wrong hand. The ball, a wounded duck goes flying through the air, and people are running into each other. Benny Hill music playing. It's horrible. My God, do I hate youth sports. At least right now for this bit that I'm ranting about. Welcome. This is a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day. The Eric Zane Show Podcast has begun from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. Okay. A little bit frazzled today. I put my thoughts together, written down in this document in front of me, so I know what I'm going to do, but I don't know if my focus is as good today as other days. Not that it's any good ever, but I'm going to try to keep this one between the lines today. I'll just say that. I have a scheduled interview today with someone who I've always found to be very funny, Jay Moore. And probably he's in town doing stand-up this week at Creston Brewery, Grand Rapids Comedy Club, and with Big Dick Donnie Veltman. He goes, do you want to talk to Jay Moore? I go, well, of course I want to talk to Jay Moore. He's great. So at about 2 o'clock today, Eastern time, I'm going to interview him. I'm going to record it and then post it. I'm not going to do it live. We won't do it live. We won't write it, and I'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks. I'm going to record that and then post it shortly thereafter. Again, Zoom has made the world much closer. and more entertaining. The fact that Jay Moore from his residence in Los Angeles we can be doing an interview together, and it sounds and looks fantastic. And this was a technology that was available well before the pandemic. But the idea of, no, you have to go to the radio station to do the interview, it's just so stupid. Doesn't happen anymore. This is it's made everyone so much closer. You can suck nipples on Zoom and do Jeffrey Toobin things, and you can conduct amazing interviews with very, very funny people. With Jay Moore, what I love the most about Jay Moore over the years has been his appearances on Jim Rome's radio show when he fills in. Very funny, and he's just got it, you know. He's kind of the full package. You know, he can do stand-up, no problem. He's a great stand-up. He's a great actor. And he can do a radio show. And I would say radio show is probably the hardest thing of all of them. I don't know that. That is not stated with any amount of fact behind it. I have no knowledge of what it's like to be doing stand-up, and I have no knowledge of what it's like to be acting. I'm just throwing that out there because I'm stupid. But he also, this isn't, a lot of you have no idea what I'm talking about, but every year the smack off on the Rome show is a spectacle. And basically, people call into a show and they talk shit. And whoever talks shit the best wins the smack off. And it happens every single year, I believe in June. And he is a legend on that show, so I'm stoked about talking to him a little bit later on today. Oops. I gotta smash the zenith. Plug your ears. I'm about to smash the zenith. Did you see that? I was sitting here minding my own business when that thing exploded on me. Did you hear how crazy noise it made? So disappointing. I was so proud that I bought that preamp and that processor. And now it's fucked. So once a show, it does that. And I have to bash it with my hand, which probably doesn't help it long term, but it does alleviate the problem. So I have no fucking idea what's going on with that thing. I'm going to take it apart soon. And then what will happen there is I'll make it worse. So there'll be a video, no doubt, with me with this processor destroyed. And then anybody who knows anything about audio equipment will laugh. Okay, I have Dear Meathead happening in 49 minutes on this show. Dear Meathead, brought to you by JM Synthetics. Online at jmsynthetics.com. Send your questions in, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. I would love to hear from you. All right, so that is coming up with that. I had a little bit of a, I have to be quite buttoned up with my father. And this is kind of like a very real moment, but it's kind of like just the process. A little sad, a little bit sad. But I think it's important to share with you because I think as an audience, you know, everybody loves him the most. And you would want to know this, I think. But this is not going to last forever. My father being 88, just turned 88. Love that we were able to celebrate another birthday. Very important to get to those birthdays because we have probably on one hand that number of birthdays left. And as you know, he has dementia now. It's a weird process, this. And for him, it seems to be slow. Because you can talk to him, he can carry on a thought and a conversation. He doesn't know he's being hilarious a lot of the time. He also doesn't know that he's repeating things. So if he says a story that you've heard 5 times, or he has no memory that he's said this before. And this was the moment we had yesterday. He says, my mind is not so good. Now, what's interesting is he, prior to his mind starting to get a little bit more torched, he would be aware of that. But then as the process continues, as he ages day by day, he forgets those acknowledgments that he has it. He probably doesn't even know he has been diagnosed with dementia. Because yesterday, this was all like brand new to him when I'm talking to him on the phone. And he goes, my memory's not so good. I go, what are you talking about, Dad? He goes, well, I just things slip my mind. I'm forgetting things. I go, you're 88. I'm trying to diffuse this so he doesn't feel bad. So I'm not acting like it's the end of the world. I'm like, people forget stuff all the time. He goes, yeah, I know, but it's bad. Because I just find myself, he can sense it, I go, well, Dad, that happens. I wouldn't lose too much sleep over it. And your long-term memory is great. You've got that, man. I mean, that's fantastic. He goes, yeah, that's good. But you know how I've talked to you, and I'm talking to you, the audience, that he, how often he's told similar stories or he's done things and it's all new to him. He's had this realization, and he says to me, he goes, I think I'm telling people things and then I'll tell them again. And I go, okay, well, and he does, but I'm not going to, I don't want to compound things by adding fuel to that. Well, yeah, you do, and it's annoying or something like that. I'm like, well, I'm just keeping it simple, So it was one of those moments yesterday. So I don't know. I just wanted to share that with you because I know everybody is you guys are so in love with this man, and who wouldn't be? He's as sweet as peaches. And, he's not going to be with us together. And we're going to celebrate that. I don't want to, make y'all cry or anything like that. But this is going to happen one day. I hope it's later rather than sooner. And knowing him, it'll, like I said, when we did the birthday edition of Dear Meathead, it'll be in 25 years when I'm 76. Wouldn't surprise me at all. But we'll take it as it comes. But I just want to let you know that he was having a little bit of a struggle yesterday. So thank you for sending a question or two along. Dear Meathead, Eric at ericzaneshow.com on the Shore Liners Striping inbox. Subject line, Meathead. I didn't mean to bring the room down. I'm sorry about that. Just kind of like I wear my heart on my sleeve. And what happens to me every day is kind of like what you're going to hear about on this show. Okay, moving on. I'm going to show you a picture. All right. And this is the first time I think I've shown you this. But this is my range top. Now, you see how it looks like there's a ton of salt on it? And a couple of fingers just smeared some of it and said, yeah, you see this? This is you. That's because that happened. This is Saltgate. Over here, see where the countertop is, the granite there? That's where the food is prepared. We're talking about the NFK. Now, this came to a head today. So a week ago, I finally said to him, I go, hey, when you salt your food, salt it over the sink. Now, I don't know how much more simple that can be. As you know, the way I describe this, it's either a frozen meal or a Hot Pocket that he sprays butter on. This, I can't believe it's not butter, and then salts that with two kinds of salt, regular salt and what do you call it? Celery salt and pepper. So I don't know. And he is not. He doesn't have much finesse when he does it. So pretend this is the salt shaker, where you might just kind of go tap or shake it gently. Let me use this for a salt shaker because that one has liquid. He'll go and shake it like he's jacking off Andre the Giant's dick. Okay? He just shakes it like that, and it goes everywhere. So, including the top of my range. So, Kevin. Yes! Hey, buddy. There's salt everywhere on the top of the oven, on the range. Salt your food over the sink, please. Okay. And, well, obviously that's not happening. And I said to him like 2 days ago, there was salt all over the room. I go, Kevin, are you salting your food over the sink? Yes. Yes, I am. Now that is a lie. He's not. He's salting it where he wants to salt it. Now, okay. Then it continues. I mean, that's the image I just showed you is horrible. So today, he's standing right there getting water out of he puts at the fridge. He's filling up his water. I go, Kevin. I turn on that light and I show him what I just showed you. I go, you see that? Yeah. I go, you did that. I did? And he doesn't. So I'm like, I go, that is salt, celery salt, and pepper. And it's when you salt your food, it goes on your food and right there. Take your food, go to the sink with the salt, and salt it while you're standing over the sink. And he looks at me like this is the first time I've ever said it. And he goes, oh, okay. So he's not understanding. When I say salt your food over the sink, it's not getting through. Somehow he has a impenetrable offense wall around his head to keep that his brain is Mariupol, and he is defending those words. And so I'm like, motherfuck. I go, yeah, because I have to clean that, and I don't want to clean that. So you have to salt the food over the sink. Oh, he wasn't understanding what I was telling him. I was like, how the fuck? Oh my God. So it was kind of like a big moment today. Aram says maybe he doesn't understand what you mean by salting over the sink. I think you're correct. Chris says, quote, oh, shit, that's what a sink is. Aram says you need to show him exactly what to do. You are correct. And it's okay. I didn't bite his head off or anything. I wanted to. Aram says it doesn't sound like he will understand unless you actually do it. So I think we are all set now. If not, well, then I'll have to get a more specific example. But then the good news, I go upstairs, I come back, and it's clean. He actually cleaned that stove. And I said, hey, thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. And I don't know how he mustered doing it, but he can do it, which does prove that he is capable of cleaning up after himself. He just doesn't pay attention to that shit. So, holy fuck. That was like a big deal today. Son of a bitch. I did the On Deck Circle podcast yesterday. I Wow. Dave Eddy is the guy who hosts it. Okay, there you go. The On Deck Circle podcast. They talk baseball. Why they wanted me on there is an absolute mystery. But Dave used to listen to me when I was on the radio on BBL. And he said, you should come on our podcast. I go, yeah, sure. What do you guys talk about? He goes, baseball. I go, well, I'm out. Are you kidding me?
A brag, but then right now, penciled in number 5 is Lewis Thorpe.
Look at,
who may or may not follow.
Okay, now listen to the minutia of the baseball talk, and then notice how quiet I am.
But that offense is pretty stacked. If they
look at me, I'm like looking at my phone.
stay healthy, you're looking at Buxton, Arias, Correa, Polanco, Sano, Kepler. We get down to Gary Sanchez, Alex Kirilloff, who, if he's your 8 hitter, I think that says a lot. And then Gio Urshela. So in reality, if everyone's healthy, and if they were to play, I wouldn't say to their ceiling because that's never going to happen. But if
I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Are you serious? Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, yes. Anyway, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, let's.
Okay, so I'd ever seen what a magical Brockmire moment that was. All right. I don't know what the hell is going on here, but these guys have a lot of fun doing it. And if you are a fan of baseball, you should consider checking out the On Deck Circle podcast. They actually know their shit. I don't, and I'm like, look, I'll talk to you about whatever, but if it comes to baseball, outside of, just the nonsensical moments, if there's a fist fight, yes, I'll talk about it. But outside of that, I don't know, man. But they said they had a good time. Cole says you should have started talking about how much better hockey is than baseball. Yeah, that's true. That absolutely is true. Tyler, quote, if everyone's healthy, these 4-hour games will just fly by because they're so entertaining. Shit. And look at the one guy has all these baseballs behind him. Oh, Jesus. He is either single or has a very patient wife. In his man dorm or whatever it is. But thank you to Dave Eddy and the boys for having me on. I appreciate that. If you want, let me see. How do you get to them? I can't imagine any of you would give a shit about this, but I will include it here, and you can watch it on your own. Okay. This show happens Monday through Friday right here on Twitch at about the same time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, Eastern Daylight Time. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Thank you so much. It is brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. They also sponsor my Facebook page, facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. On Twitter, at Eric Zane Show on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, brought to you by Blue Frost IT. And YouTube, sponsored by Frank the Tank Fuss. My Policy Shop Insurance, Eric Zane Show on YouTube. Follow me there and hit the bell notification. We have an update on Lamborghini jumping. Yesterday, we talked about this quite a bit. About the Lamborghini jumping the really steep hill in L.A., and the fucking dude's car got all screwed up. The Subaru, more on that in a second. But the guy who featured the whole thing on his Instagram is Alex Choi, who's a super rich little fucking brat who does his shit, and everybody loves him. No, they don't love him. Just other idiots who are like him love his shit. And he was there recording the thing. And so cops think that he had everything to do with this. Did I say a Lamborghini? It's a Tesla. Oh, my God. The reason why that popped into my head is because Choi's dad has a Lamborghini that he's constantly showing to everybody. Anyway, this guy is described as an influencer. I think he's a jackass. But this is how it's unfolded because the cops want to arrest him, but he is denying any wrongdoing of this. So this is the latest from L.A. Look at that. Oh, my God.
On 9, this dangerous stunt on an Echo Park street left behind a trail of destruction and some very angry neighbors. And tonight, one of the eyewitnesses to that illegal jump is sharing what he saw and shot on his cell phone exclusively. With KKL9's Lori Parrish. She's live in Echo Park now. Lori.
Now, everybody knows Choi did this. He was the first to post it. He was there. He arranged the whole thing. He planned it, but he's got plausible deniability. So he's right on the line is what he is.
Well, Pat, the video of the wildly dangerous stunt on this super steep street has been viewed tens of millions of times in less than 2 days. One of the first people to post it is getting a lot of heat. His name is Alex Choi. He's an auto influencer with millions of followers.
Auto influencer. Okay.
And he was standing right about here on Saturday night when the Tesla flew over him. And now neighbors, as you said, are angry, saying he is influencing bad behavior.
Yeah, watch out. Everybody watch out.
There he is.
Choi is the guy in red. That's how close he was.
Wow. Look at that.
To the flying Tesla.
It's never a good thing to see the bottom of a car.
And this.
Why a Tesla? Why couldn't you do like a Chevrolet Chevette or something like that? That would have made this even better.
Look, as it happened, he says it doesn't begin to show what he was thinking.
You can see my facial expression. I was in absolute shock.
And then he's like, I am out of here.
I went through like a 20, 30 seconds of panic thinking that these people are very, very badly injured.
Look at how little this guy is, okay? He's got the Jet Propulsion Laboratory hoodie on. This guy looks to be, well, about 2 feet taller than Patriot Nick, but still, he is just a teeny weeny little dude.
Or even dead.
Remarkably, no one was hurt. Neighbors recorded the occupants getting out of the wreck and fleeing. LAPD says the crash totaled 2 other cars. Now Choi is getting heat because he posted video of the stunt to his popular YouTube page. And neighbor Jonathan Sutak is furious influencers like Choi are glorifying potentially deadly stunts.
It's an issue with the drivers, and it's an issue with this community of YouTubers who really don't care about property owners. They just care about YouTube likes.
But Choi says he only posted it because people were saying,
look at his rich fuck,
saying he was at the wheel.
To let people know that it wasn't me, that I'm...
You know, but I think, uh-oh. What happened? Go.
Not that stupid.
He says he had no idea the driver was going to jump. They only met at a Tesla car show Choi organized earlier that night.
I had a random guy pull up next to me and say, hey, you want to see the spot where David Dobrik jumped his Tesla? Absolutely no mention of the fact that he was going to do it himself. So I said, sure. The moment I got there, didn't even give me a second to ask him a question. No test run. Didn't even bother to look what's on the other side of the road. Drove down to the bottom of the street. I got out of my car. I'm like, oh.
This is such bullshit. He is suggesting then that this guy says, yeah, you want to see where so-and-so jumped this? And yeah, I'm just going to are you assuming he's slowly just going to drive over it? You all have your cameras out. You all know exactly what the hell he was going to do. What a crock of shit. But he does a pretty good job at lying. I'll give him that.
Oh, wow. He's really doing this. Like, he's really going to do this.
When we pushed him on whether he feels any responsibility for influencing stunts by publicizing them, he claimed this was the first time he's posted a stunt from an open public street.
By the way, look at this garage. There's like a Benz SUV back there, this nice Ford, this BMW, whatever, this Tesla. He's got there's a motorcycle here. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of vehicles for this rich little brat.
My other stunts, I'd like to let people know that it was all done in a very controlled space. If I posted anything that might appear as if it was on a public road, it was all closed down. It's definitely not something that should ever be repeated.
Ridiculous. So a guy who does stunts is at the scene of where a stunt is happening, and he is the first to post it. Weird.
One of the neighbors whose car was wrecked down at the bottom of the street has a GoFundMe.
But everything's on a closed course. Sure, you little shit.
Me to buy a new one. Choi says he made a sizable donation. LAPD is offering a reward for information about the driver. Choi says they haven't contacted him, but he's happy to let them see his videos. Beyond that, he says he does not know anything about the driver. In Echo Park, I'm Lori Perez. Back to you.
Lori, thank you.
All right. So that's him. Unbelievable. Meanwhile, concerning the guy who had the GoFundMe, that's the car that was hit on the street there, destroyed the dude's car. That GoFundMe, it's all working out. It's over $22,000. So, whatever. All's well that ends well. There's a lot of comments because tons of people have donated small increments of money to help the dude out. And as it goes right now, here's some of the things that people have said when donating. So far, the YouTube video from an anonymous donor has written, so far the YouTube video has generated $17,000 for Alex Choi. So hopefully that $2,000 donation will increase. I'm like, wait, what? Because Choi gave the guy whose car he wrecked $2,000. This person writes, I hate entitled asshats who destroy property for fame. Also, whoever donated $2,001 just to make waste of air Alex Choi, not the top donor, is my new personal hero. It's time for Subaru to take notice. All right. Tyler wrote, I paid $50 to publicly say that Alex Choi is a douchebag for filing a copyright claim against your embedded YouTube video of his buddies crashing a rental Tesla into the back of your car for likes and for disabling comments on his own YouTube video because of the backlash. This is peak 2022, and all I can say is that social media was a mistake. That's a great way to describe it. And yeah, the guy who is doing the GoFundMe, he took Choi's video and put it on the GoFundMe page. And now if you try to click on it, it says, sorry, this is illegal. I filed a copyright claim. That's what Choi did. And, that is true. You get people that are Choi's age, too many of them, that do shit like this. What's crazy is these are the people who, of this age group, who have to defend the country if there's ever an invasion. I sure hope we have more people that are not like him in the world when it comes to this. This is why, rich fucks, this is what they do. You take the kids from the shit kicker communities like Dorr and Borculo. These are the defenders of the nation. And that's, I guess we'll just have to take that, So there you go. Cedar Springs, we're looking at you. No kids in Cedar Springs, Borculo, and Dorr are doing shit like this. I can't even get behind that because they probably are, but in monster trucks. This one says, everyone involved in this situation is a massive douchebag. Alex Choi being the biggest one of them all. He knew what was happening. Everyone standing there did. He facilitated this BS and should be held just as responsible as the driver. He should also keep his little bitch ass in Beverly Hills. I've seen video after video of him doing things on open public roads that are beyond dangerous and just encourages people to do the same. My favorite video of his is, then he says, my favorite video of his is the one where he does a U-turn on a canyon road and nearly kills a guy on a motorcycle. These little spoiled brats need a reality check. Hopefully the next viral video we see is Alex Choi rolling his daddy's Lamborghini off a cliff. I won't be donating to his GoFundMe. I'm astounded he only mocks you on his Instagram stories, but then files a copyright claim on your video. Just pure trash. There was one that said something like, I hope all of his family dies. And it's like, I don't think you need to go that far. But there you go. That's what's going on with Alex Choi. Shit. Ridiculous. All right. A little later on, I'm going to do a Patreon podcast. I'd love you to be part of it. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. As you know, Saul is a big promoter of it.
Hey, Eric. It's me, Saul, calling you back. I feel like I didn't record enough readings for the Patreon, so here we go. I'll record a few here.
I'm just going to do one.
Hi, folks. This is Saul Quisha, better known as Blind Saul, and you're listening to Eric Zane Show Patreon Podcast.
I had one comment. Why aren't you using those? Like, well, I don't know. I did. I used them all right there. I will. Just give me about a month or a year. You know? Saul, you call anytime and drop knowledge on us. That is your personal hotline. If you ever want something heard, Saul, this is what you do. Call the number. You know the number. Rant, rave, say MF, do whatever you have to do. Get it off of your little furry chest, and I will feature it here. You have a direct pipeline to say whatever you want on the show. If you could keep it at a minute or under, that would be fantastic, but I understand if you have to go long. But just know, Saul, you are appreciated here. And you know I love you. All right. Patreon is where the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast will be happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. Ben and I are going to review John Lennon and Chuck Berry performing on the Mike Douglas show with Yoko trying to destroy the whole damn thing. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. $5 or $10 a month is all it costs. No big deal. And the open of this show brought to you by Bosco's Pub, where we like to have get-togethers from time to time. A nice little place in Hudsonville, Michigan, part of Terra Square. Thanks to Doug and Dee Dee for being on board with this show and letting me promote them. If you're in the area, drop by Bosco's for lunch or dinner. Bosco'sPub.com. Great burgers. I suggest, I've had two burgers there. I had the olive burger, which is, honest to God, award-winning. It won, they have those best burger in West Michigan contests. It won. The olive burger actually won the damn thing. They got the award behind the bar. But then there's the Luigi, which it's a very a racist thing there. Because it's like an Italian burger. So that's, should be canceled. But anyway, it's great. So you got the patty, mozzarella cheese, actual pepperoni, and the mozzarella cheese actually is their actual mozzarella sticks, and then marinara sauce. It's like really tall. You got to smash it with your hand before you eat it and have a lot of napkins. I suggest when you pick it up to eat it, don't set it back down. If you set that fucker back down, it's going to explode on you. You don't want that. You want to keep your hands are functional here, very functional in keeping this thing together. You must try it. Sit in a place where no one can see you, like put your back to the door because you're going to have shit all over your face, going to be on your shirt. It's a disaster. Okay? You need to dress like you're getting ready to go play paintball when you eat a Luigi burger. Bosco's Pub. Tag accounting. April 18th is the tax deadline. 616-301-9516 for your personal returns. Call today. Mention me. Eric Zane sent me. And off you go. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're out of state, if you're out of the area, it doesn't matter. Troy will do your return for you. You have to upload all your documentation to him via his online portal. That's simple. The staff at Tag Accounting will help you every step of the way. Easy. Tag Accounting, 616-301-9516. If you have a business, ask about them being your business accountant. So what he does for your old pal Eric Zane is he does my personal taxes, and then he does the business, which is this. So thank you, Troy. You do a great job. All right. And please mention me. The Tax Hobbit wants you to call him. Okay. We're moving on. I have another video that I want to show you. This was sent by a couple of you, and I appreciate it as always. Any of the things that you send me that help keep the show growing. This one comes to us from one of these beautiful local communities that probably will have several, like I said, Borculo, Dorr, Cedar Springs. These are these small shit kicker communities, Saranac, Lake Odessa, where, all of you live. And these are the people who defend the country. Well, this guy is not going to defend the country. This guy is going to prison for a long, long time. The community is Hastings. And, well, somebody pissed somebody off. Okay? There's no sound to this video. This is just insane what you're about to see here. This is security footage from Hastings. There's a little bit of a buildup to it, but I might bump ahead a little bit. It's just a stationary camera. This guy is the troublemaker right here. See that pickup truck? I think he's the troublemaker. I don't know if he is. You're like, what the hell is going on, Eric Zane? Keep talking because it's a silent video. Yeah, I don't think that guy in the truck is the troublemaker. This person pulling up here is the deputy chief of police showing up for work. Okay, she's in uniform. As she's showing up for work, this guy here, he's walking into the shot. All right, see him? That guy is the problem. You'll notice he's got a gas can. Broad daylight. Deputy Chief of Police is right here. This guy, walking up very casually. He is ready to go. And he takes this gallon of gas, and that's a police car he's pouring the gas on. Yeah, a little bit more there. I'm going to put this there very quickly. He has a lighter in his hand, and poof, lights it on fire. Deputy Chief gets out. Look at it. She's like, wait a minute. If you back it up here, she's getting out of her car while the guy is, she's like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? Are you kidding me? And then that's it. And he just takes off running away. Not the fastest. And she goes running after him. She's calling in, I need backup. And then look at this chick. This lady, 2-ton Tessie. She was the chick in the truck. She's like, I can help too. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps, gives up. Gets on the phone. I don't know who the fuck probably the fire department. I don't know, whatever. And then that's it. That's all we know. I think the cops I think she did actually apprehend that guy, and an arrest was made. And that's it. This is crazy. What the fuck is going on here? A Barry County man is facing... Yeah, there is a little bit more information here. It says a Barry County man is facing 4 charges of setting a Hastings police cruiser on fire. The cruiser was parked at City Hall. 5 p.m. Monday. Surveillance video caught it all. Read more here. 31-year-old Jeremy Dunkley. He walked up to the SUV, poured gas on it, lit it, and ran away. At the same time, the deputy chief ran after him. He was arraigned on charges of arson, destruction of police property, assaulting and resisting a police officer, and a habitual offender. So, all right, I guess he's known in the area to be an asshole. I wonder if anybody in the comments knows who this guy is. Civil disobedience at its best. Criminal mastermind. Holy shit. Very strange. So there you go. That's what they're doing in Hastings, Michigan today. Dealing with this guy. Sets the police car on fire. Unbelievable. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm not understanding. I wonder how much time he's going to get for that, but pretty much an open and shut case if you're lighting the fucking cop car on fire. Holy shit. Unbelievable. All right. Another story that I had sent to me. This one from Jason. And he writes, bravo for this chick. Time to fight back at the scum people who harass drive-through employees. I was like, well, I can get behind that if someone's being an asshole in the drive-through, He adds, guarantee it wasn't mayonnaise he threw at her. It probably was his own batter. Just like the scene from Silence of the Lambs, ha ha. Now, I don't think that's the case. I think that the person that was going through the drive-through line, the customer, threw like a mayonnaise packet. I guess I don't know. But wait until you hear what the fast food worker did. And I'm surprised that Jason is like, yeah, this is good. It's about time that somebody fought back. So I'm not so sure that this is a good thing. Here you go.
A Burger King employee is also under arrest accused of shooting at a customer.
And we're learning new details about what led to that gunfire and another arrest in the case. Let's go now to Local 10 News reporter Trent Kelly.
And he is live right now at the jail in West Miami-Dade with the very latest.
Yeah, Christy and Janice, according to police, this all started when a customer pulled up to the drive-thru window at that Burger King yesterday and got into a pretty heated argument with the worker there. What happened next landed that worker here in jail. Her family telling us she was acting in self-defense after that man apparently threw mayonnaise on her.
That's not a justification to shoot someone and kill them. Typically, you're not supposed to draw a gun unless you know your life is your life is in jeopardy. That's pretty much the standard. If some guy comes up to me and shoves me, I'm probably not going to feel like, well, I guess I could feel like my life is threatened, but this is not the case.
A fast food fight causing bullets to fly at a Burger King in Miami-Dade. The accused shooter, according to police, was a Burger King worker. Witnesses seeing the whole thing.
It was a lady shooting at a man. I don't know where she even got the gun.
Officers say it started yesterday when a man pulled up to the drive-thru at this Burger King along Northwest 47th Avenue near the Palmetto Expressway just after 4 p.m. The woman working the window, identified as 30-year-old Shatisha Hicks,
oh, fuck,
was seen arguing with that man when he suddenly drove off. But instead of backing down, witnesses say Hicks left the restaurant, grabbed a gun out of her car, and fired off 5 rounds as the man drove away.
Wow. Holy shit. She gets, leaves the restaurant wearing the Burger King gear as the guy's just pulling off and just lets go 5 rounds as he's driving away, no doubt hitting the car and could have hit whoever. I mean, can you imagine if the guy had like a baby in the back seat? Holy shit.
He was making faces at her through the car window out here in the road. And that's when he pulled in here, and that just set her off.
It was low audio. It says he was making faces at her, and that set her off. The guy's like, yeah. And then she shot him.
Investigators say Hicks then left the scene in her own car, but was later arrested after officers found it abandoned about a mile away near her home.
Nice
the
car.
Man who was shot at was never found. We stopped by that home and spoke to Hicks's aunt, who says she was simply defending herself.
This is great. This is great, too, because they go to some shithole house and bang on the door, and some lady in a muumuu explains what's up.
The man threw mayonnaise on Hicks while she worked at the drive-thru.
Whoever it was, they had no business doing that. She worked there. She was protecting herself. And I don't blame her. Everybody else might, but I don't.
A Burger King spokesperson, right?
So the aunt is like, oh, yeah, that's okay. She was defending herself. Even if it was jizz, it still doesn't give you the right to run to your car, grab a gun, and try to shoot the guy. I don't think. That's just my 2 cents.
Writing, quote, "We are horrified to learn of the events that unfolded at this location. This unacceptable behavior does not align with our brand values of safety and security. Our franchisee is cooperating with local authorities. As this remains an ongoing investigation, we are not able to share additional details at this time." Hicks now facing one charge of discharging a firearm while in public. She is expected to be released here on bond from TGK any moment now. In addition to Hicks, we also learned that officers yesterday also arrested her uncle after he apparently refused to let officers search their home. As for that man who was shot at yesterday, his exact condition remains unknown. For now, that is the latest live outside TGK in West Miami-Dade. I'm Trent Kelly, Local 10 News.
Okay, so now I'm confused because Jason, in his email to me, bravo for this chick. Time to fight back at the scum people who harass drive-through employees. So you think she's in the right? I don't know. It doesn't sound right to me. I think this actually might be Jason. I had assumed she just reflexively pulled it from a concealed carry. It still doesn't apply. You can't shoot someone in the face if they throw mayonnaise at you. The response has to be equitable. You know, if someone comes up to you with a knife, yes, you shoot them in the face. If someone is assaulting someone with a deadly weapon, this one might be Jason. LMAO, it was a joke. She's fucking nuts. Attention-grabbing header. Chris says, yes, it must be a measured and appropriate response. And you run a real risk, even if someone you think is trying to kill you, if you shoot them. There's a Steve Prince. If you sign up for his class, you'll hear from a lawyer. And there's a card that they talk about. There's a card you can purchase that you keep in your wallet. And if, let's say, someone tries to break into your house or gets into your house and you shoot him dead, and then the police come and they start talking to you, what you're supposed to do is pull the card out and hand it to them. And they go, what's this? And you don't say a word and you point to it and they read it. And it says, consider something to the effect of, I cannot speak to this. Call this number. This is my attorney. He will talk to you about anything you need to talk about. And the number is an expert on this type of incident that would help you. Because if you talk, don't say shit. Because though someone was invading your home trying to kill you, there could still be consequences. All right? You got to be careful. Steve will tell you all about that. All right. Meathead, in moments. Eric at ericzaneshow.com if you would like to get on board. I heard from Joe Martinez's mother just yesterday. And it was all because I posted the video on Facebook of me and Jennifer Jackson from Well House. Well House is a nonprofit that is having a springtime jubilee, it's called, on Friday. The Spring Jubilee of Growth at the Embassy Suites Hotel in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I am hosting dinner. We're going to play some games, have some fun. Some people are going to speak about what Well House is all about. And I was tipped off about this from one Joe Martinez. Joe is involved in this. See? A fun-filled spring event honoring Well House volunteers and supporters. Purchase your ticket today at, and then you click this. There you go. There's $65, and that money goes to Well House. That's part of the fundraising. What is Well House, Eric Zane? They take homes that are in Grand Rapids, and they make them nice so that vulnerable people, moms and kids, can live in these homes as opposed to homeless shelters. And it's all funded privately by people who, see all these people working here, lending a hand? This is great. This is what Joe Martinez does. He works on the heating and cooling systems in these homes to make sure that they are in good running order. All right? And at Well House, we believe the solution to homelessness is housing. Our model is simple. We purchase vacant, boarded up houses and bring them back to life. We move in our neighbors who need housing the most, those who are living on the streets or in emergency shelters. Whenever possible, we hire our tenants to help with the actual rehabilitation of the home. We are so grateful to all of our supporters, donors, volunteers, elected officials, service providers, tenants, and other community members. With your help, we can continue to grow our organization and expand this crucial work. As of today, we own 14 houses and moved 200 people off of the street since January 2013. And look at this before and after picture. You took this old, weathered house, and this is what it looks like now after Well House has gotten done with it. It looks fantastic. Look at that beautiful home. So that is so sweet. And that's their approach. And it's really a great, great thing. And I'm just excited to be part of it. So I'm hosting this event. If you would like to attend it on Friday, grab the missus, grab the mister, drop the cash on a ticket and come hang out with me. It's going to be a fun adventure. And I didn't know anything about this until Joe Martinez from A&E Heating and Cooling approached me and tipped me off. So I shot a video and posted it to Facebook with Jennifer from Well House, and it's just us talking for 5 minutes saying, hey, yeah, it's going to be a good time. Well, I noticed that in the comments, a person named Norma Martinez weighed in, and she wrote, I'm Joe's mother, and I'm very proud of how we've raised him, because in the video I talked about how Joe is just an angel for his volunteering and support to help Well House do this. And I wrote, hello, Mrs. Martinez. He's fantastic. I'm proud to know him. Also, he taught me how to swear in Spanish.
Tu madre es una puta.
She wrote, well, I will have to talk to him about that. Sarah wrote, oh, my God, do not tell her tu madre es una puta. But you wrote tu madre es muy bonita. See translation. Your mother is very beautiful. No, Joe taught me this
Tu madre es una puta.
So that's not my fault. Your son he's got a dark side. Hey, Norma, your son told me this.
Vete la chingada, cabrón.
Yeah.
Comes chingo de cagada.
That's what your mother did. In fact, after this, I'm going to get Joe Martinez on to talk about this. Anyway, hire Joe. A&E Heating and Cooling. Pillar in the community, helping, the vulnerable people in our community have housing. A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. Kyle from Dumpster Divers will be back tomorrow for another edition of Let's Kill Eric Zane. Get a dumpster from Dumpster Divers. Real simple. Great dumpster. Who knew there was difference in dumpsters? Well, I guess the difference in their dumpsters is they're shorter. Tall-walled, high, tall, but they don't take up as much space in your driveway because they're not long, because the walls are so tall. They have the same amount of space as any other dumpster, but they don't occupy as much room in the driveway. So spring cleaning is here, and they're also priced cheaper because the weight point is lower than dickheadsdumpsters.com. DumpsterDiversLLC.com. Call or text 616-375-9962. And then, of course, Frank the Tank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. If you have a loved one that is utilizing Medicare right now, getting their insurance from the federal government, that's great. That's awesome. That's what you work your whole life for, having that insurance coverage when you turn 65. However, they might not be getting all of the things that they're entitled to. They need a Medicare checkup. If you have any loved one in your life, friend, family, someone you don't like that utilizes Medicare, on their behalf, urge them to reach out to Frank the Tank Fuss to get a free, absolutely free Medicare checkup. I did this for the NFK. He had the wrong coverage because whoever set it up for him back then did it wrong. Don't let this happen, because if you get stuck with some type of medical bill, you might pay a hell of a lot more for the copay and deductible than you need to. You need the Medicare checkup. Be safe here. Rather safe than sorry. 616-914-4070. And if you're getting ready to turn 65, if that's fast approaching, don't hesitate to call Frank. He will help you get started with everything you need to know with your Medicare policy. Okay. Dear Meathead, brought to you by JM Synthetics, online at jmsynthetics.com. Let's bring him in here right now, fresh off of the birthday party.
Hey, Guy.
Hey, Guy, how are you?
How you doing? Okay, I'm all right.
Never better, Dad, never better.
I've had my coffee. I feel good. The room is nice and warm. And my son is on the other end of this phone.
And you got Joanne.
And I got, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a gimme.
Yeah, you can't keep her out of it. You got to constantly remind her.
In fact, I expect her to be here.
You know, we are very similar. Most people would say that. You know, just the way we act, the things we do, the things we say. And I'm right there with you. My better half, Diana, as you call her, my honey. I would be lost without her.
Absolutely. Oh, especially right now. I don't remember what I drank this morning. You know, it was a cup of coffee, but I just.
Well, yeah, you got it. It was a cup of coffee. Now, if you said to me you had vodka, I'd be worried.
Oh my God, that's been a century since I touched you and any of that.
You know, after you left the party on Saturday, Diana and you remember Mario was there?
Yeah.
And Mike got into the tequila.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. They were doing tequila shots, Dad. You wouldn't have believed it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
They didn't get hammered or anything, but Diana was doing shots of tequila, which I've never seen her do that before.
Did you have to carry her?
No, she was smart about it. She did like a shot, and then she didn't do any more. She kind of waited a little bit of time, and then she did another one like an hour later. She's smart. I've only seen her drunk maybe once or twice in 33 years, you know?
You know, I don't know. Do you remember your father years ago partying?
Not only do I remember...
okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Dad.
And you know, overnight, I just quit.
Yeah, I don't know how you did that. That's not. Well, I mean, I do. I did the same thing, but yeah, that's. Well, I know why. It's because the same thing happened to you that happened to me. our wives said, that's it.
Yeah. It's this or that.
You either pick booze or me. And that's what happened to me, and I'm pretty sure that happened to you too.
It happened.
Well, there you go. Again, we owe it to our wives.
Well, we put the value where it belongs.
Yes.
The value was in our wives.
Yeah, and
not the booze.
We're the lucky ones. Some people choose the booze, and then they lose the wife, and then they die.
Yeah, and really, yeah, and then I thought about that just not recently, but just recently. How difficult is it to give it up? I don't remember really struggling or suffering for not drinking.
I feel the same way. I didn't, but I know people who have had a horrible time and they haven't been successful.
Well, booze, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't really relate to that because I had nothing but success in quitting.
Sure. Well, I can't preach to people as far as that goes. It's got to be within the person, not the person that's telling him you got to quit. The person that is drinking and wants to give it up, it's got to be all on him to quit it.
Well, not everybody is like you and I. Some people can just go and have a couple drinks, and that's no big deal, and they don't. It doesn't affect them adversely the way it affected you and I. So that's what it's supposed to do. So good for them. They can go have a good time and have a couple of drinks, but I can't stop. I always had to have as many as possible.
Oh my God, I drank like a fish.
Yeah, I remember that one scene up north when we were like, hey, where did he go? Where did he go?
Yeah, I just lay down there on the dirt, and then I was out.
Yeah, you were at the base of that tree.
Yes, I remember that.
I remember.
I can't forget that.
Yeah, you were actually talking to the tree. You were having a conversation with it, and I think the tree was talking back to you.
Oh my God, that was 40 years ago, 50 years ago.
And then the sheriff.
Oh my God.
I forgot what. I don't know what county that Spring Lake was in. Is that I don't know. Is Manton a county? I don't even know. Cadillac?
I don't know what county it was.
Nacosta,
Manton
was the town.
Okay, it might have been.
Manton was a town.
Well, whatever. The local sheriff. I remember him walking up.
Oh yeah. I used to run and hide from him.
Oh yeah, because somebody didn't pay their money, or somebody blew up the fee pipe.
That's what was my.
It was Tom. Tom blew up the fee pipe.
That was Tom.
Back in the day,
Tom,
yeah. Back in the day, you had to put your money for each day's camping into a little envelope and put it in the fee pipe, and then the deputy would come and pick it up, and Tom put like a stick of dynamite in the thing and blew it up, and he was trying to find out who did it, and there you are talking to a tree.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then the funniest thing was one night Tom and I were just crazy. This is like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Still, we were yelling and people were sleeping. The campground.
Yeah, you were yelling, "Yo, Adrian."
Yeah. And then we're out there at the lake the next day. And these two guys were talking with each other about the shenanigan that was going on. They didn't know it was us.
Right.
And then Tom says, "Shut up, Bob. Don't say nothing." If they find out who you are, they kill you.
Yeah, there was...
We didn't say nothing.
Legendary. Legendary. Good thing you put that behind you.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Uh-huh. All right. Okay, well, Dad, it was a great birthday party. It was a fun time. It was so good to see everybody. 88 years old. Here we go, another year.
We're headed for the 89. I see on it.
Yeah,
that would be history.
That's a great goal. I love that. That you have that in mind. I'm right there with you.
I think the way I feel, I'd probably make it.
You informed me yesterday that you got a checkup yesterday from the doctor.
Yes, it was my physical day, yes.
And you said,
perfect.
Didn't you say, he gave you really good news, didn't he?
Oh, this girl, so what did she say, honey?
Your A1C was 5.
My A1C, what that means, I don't know, but it's a very important thing, was 5.
I think that's an overall measurement of blood sugar.
That's correct. Perfect.
Yeah, it is. It says here a normal A1C is below 5.7, and you were at 5.
5.
Wow. Most people who are diabetic would not have that number.
That's what she said. She said, hey, this is perfect.
Wow. So, maybe you figured out, because you're Armenian, a way to turn it around. Maybe you're the first person in history to actually be cured of diabetes.
If I didn't have this problem with my leg, I'd be in perfect shape right now.
I didn't know your leg was hurting. Is that because...
Well, I do walk with a stick,
Oh, you're talking about the unsteadiness.
Yeah.
Whatever. As long as you can throw a punch, right?
Oh, absolutely. I got the whole acre. I got to start raking it now.
Yeah, oh boy, here we go. Okay. Well, Aram, our pal Aram, has a question. And
yes, Mr. Aram, how are you?
He says, what do you think are the essential items needed to stock a bunker for a doomsday scenario? Like a nuclear war. What would you need in a bug-out bunker?
Well, first of all, hopefully I don't think about that. But if I need to have a 10 by 10 area dug up at least 15 feet deep.
No, he wants to know what you want in.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I like
that's the first thing.
Yeah, okay. 10 by 10, 15 feet deep.
The reason it's 15 feet deep and it's a 10 by 10 is because you can put food supply in there.
Yeah.
At least for minimum of 1 week.
Okay.
And the essential of sleeping accommodation in there somehow.
Yeah.
Blankets or something like that.
Okay.
And then definitely a cement framed gate that when you get in there, you bring it down.
Yeah.
And lock it up from inside.
Okay.
So nobody can open it.
Right.
And you crawl in there and sit that all up and you stay. But then, I don't know how you're going to do or we're going to do, have a mean to be able to see outside what's going on.
Okay. So
whether you should get out or not.
Yeah, maybe like a periscope or something.
That's right.
On like a submarine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's going to be a little prayer for you. That's
okay,
all.
Yeah. So 10 by 10, 15 feet deep.
At least 10 by 10. 15 by 15 would be perfect.
Yeah. Now, Dad, you said gate, but can I replace a gate with a door?
Gate on the top.
Oh, okay.
That'll be your door. No door on the side or nothing.
Okay, all right.
You bring the door down and lock it up.
Yeah, nobody can get in. You don't want anybody messing with you.
Absolutely.
All right, very good. Okay, John says, good morning, Ruben. Based on how good your son Eric is at singing, I have to imagine you are a superb singer. What is your favorite song to sing along with? And can we hear some of it?
The song that is my favorite is called What's Good. How does that go? What's Good? I can't think of it.
Is this the one you would sing? You and your pal in Iran would head to the hills?
In Iran, that's it. Again. The song is called Again.
Yeah, not What's Good. It's Again.
What's Good? Yeah, that's right. It's Again. I used to sing in the hills.
Oh, yeah? How does it go, Dad?
Perfect. I'll tell you, I was all by myself.
No.
That thing, and then there were people living way below me.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's what it was. It was a dirt road with a bridge over it, a police department across the street. And we'd go all the way up to the top of that hill.
Yeah.
There's no more homes there, but the bottom of it was people living there.
Well, when I said how does it go, I didn't mean you to give me directions how to get there. I wanted you to sing it.
What's good about today?
Wait, I thought you said it was again. It's again.
Again.
You keep
what's good?
You keep saying what's good. I thought you said it's again, and then you're singing what's good.
Well, yeah, what's good about tomorrow? I don't know.
All right. Well, if you get it, yes.
It's never happened before.
Yes, that's it. That's what I was looking for. That's awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
This is something in a lifetime.
I think you should write a song today, though, called What's Good.
I think the song was Goodbye.
Goodbye?
I think so. I don't know why I say that.
I think it's.
It was again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, boy, you got a lot.
You had a bad time.
No, that's all right.
Memory test.
That's all right. You're doing good, Dad. I mean, you've got a lot of songs in your head. You've got What's Good. You've got Again, and you've got Goodbye. So.
Oh man.
That
was again.
Okay, I love it. And that is a great thing that you did there. Thank you.
You're crazy.
Aram has another question. He says, what is the best way to get out of a conversation with a guy who has obviously forgotten my name?
Oh, boy.
So he's sitting there with a guy talking to him, and the guy can't remember his name, and he's embarrassed, you know?
Well, you know what the nicest thing in the world is that people should follow?
Yeah.
There's something you don't remember. Admit it.
Just say, hey, I can't remember your name.
Yeah, we don't remember that.
That's awful. I hate that.
Well, hey, you don't remember. Memory is sometimes forgettable. Like I forgot my song.
Dad, I'm just taking some notes here. And you just said memory is sometimes forgettable.
Well, yeah.
That is.
And there's a song called Unforgettable. How I love you or something.
Yeah, I've heard of that song.
Yeah.
Okay. How about this one? Daniel says, "Dear Meathead, is there a hobby or a recreational activity that you wish you could have spent more time doing in your younger days? If not, is there a skill you wished you would have learned?" Signed, Dan. So he's asking a lot there. So the first question is there a hobby?
I can't respond to that because I don't have any memories of what's favorite, what isn't favorite. But the favorite thing that I do is building. I really like to build.
Yeah. So there's that. I know you love doing that. I mean, my God, you.
I built this whole house.
I know it. Every waking minute.
Not built it, but I stripped all the walls. Completely. And this used to be you heard of a board called 4x4 or what is it, 3x4, 4x4? This house was 4x4 boards. We did it.
Yes. Okay.
And I stripped it.
Oh yeah.
And redid it.
You knew your stuff. Well, you still do. It's just that now, it's a little bit more dangerous.
Yes.
So, we got to be careful.
I cannot be operated by me.
No. Thank God. Thank God you don't operate.
Put 2 fingers out.
Oh, yeah, that was rough. I remember there was one episode of Dear Meathead that really stuck with everybody. It was, and my son, Jim, your grandson, heard it. It was the day that you were talking about that, and you said, quote, "I miss my finger."
Yeah, I got one finger. My God, 1 inch, 1.5 inches too short.
Yeah. It's a little nutty. Did you ever get the feeling back in the other one?
No, they got strange feeling. There's 1, 2.
Yeah, it's a little
3.
weird.
Well, one of them is really short.
Okay.
But the other 2 has got some weird feelings. I can't tell what it is.
Right.
I
right.
I can't tell that I'm holding on to something.
Gotcha. Tio has this for you. Meathead. I'm debating about whether I should get married to my better half in May or on Halloween, an actual Halloween wedding. What do you think? A spring wedding, or a Halloween wedding, which I'd never really heard of.
Well, the question is, what does a Halloween got to do with a wedding?
I don't know. I think maybe he likes it or something. I don't know. He's probably going to do like a theme where everybody has to get dressed up,
No, I really don't go for the shenanigans at no wedding. I think people should get dressed any way they can. Let's say maybe they don't have the clothing for the wedding.
Yeah.
Just nice, neat, clean clothes and go to a wedding. That's a lot of horse puppy. Getting dressed to something special. I don't believe in that.
No, all good. So you're going to go with the May wedding.
Yeah. A standard wedding. People get dressed normal and they're at the wedding.
Yeah.
Are you having a circus or are you having a wedding?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think he'll take that advice into consideration. Tio will.
You put a rule on it that you got to get dressed like this to come to my wedding, and a lot of people are not going to go out and buy that stuff because they certainly wouldn't have what you are asking them to have.
Yeah, it's a little
that's crazy.
It's a little much. In fact, Dad, I wrote it down just so in case he missed it. You said I don't go for the shenanigans at a wedding
of dressing up.
Yes, and you said it's horse puppy.
Yeah.
And you said, yay, people got to get dressed any way they can.
That's right. Look decent, look neat, clean, that's all,
Joanne, my sweet Joanne, I was looking at the comments on the video that we shot, my dear, at Mike and Liz's house. Yes. And one of the things, I am not making this up, these people that saw it, they said, wow, your dad must have married a much younger lady.
Wow.
And I said, and I wrote, oh, yeah? And then the general consensus is they had you pegged for about 62, 63.
Oh, my goodness.
Correct. And I said, well, it's funny because I've talked to them about the conversations that you and I have had. I've looked you square in the face and said, I don't know what amazing gene pool you come from, but you seem to be defying age. So they're just in love with you, and they said you're absolutely stunning, and I couldn't agree more with that assessment.
Well, I certainly believe that.
Yeah.
They changed their minds.
No,
yes.
Well, she is a good-looking woman, I'll tell you that right now.
You and your lovely daughters, who are my stepdaughters, but I refer to as my sisters, and I think I misspoke in one of those moments during that conversation at Mike's house.
Oh, they'd love to hear that.
Accidentally referred to Susie as Joanne's daughter instead of my sister, which was a mistake on my part. But they look absolute. They're stunning too. All of them. All of your daughters are just remarkable.
Thank you.
They are. They got their mother's genes.
They sure do. They sure do. Well,
I'll tell you what, this family is just, to me, the strangest thing that's happened that we all just really care for each other.
Yeah.
We don't like to say my stepdaughter, oh, no, not that one, or, hey, we love each other.
Uh-huh. Dad, Maribeth says, Dear Meathead, which river in Grayling do you prefer, the Ausable or the Manistee?
That's a pretty good question. I honestly don't have a preference.
Well, I don't. Which one were we in?
We canoed on Manistee. I think probably would be Manistee.
Is that the one we were in when we were all in the aluminum canoes and the lightning strikes started to hit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All the beer cans floating down the river.
Yes, lots of pick.
Oh, it must have been hundreds.
You got a memory of an ox.
Well, I remember when the canoes tipped, Diana was having a heart attack because she thought we were going to get struck by lightning.
She wanted to get out.
And then so she, in the panic, the canoe tipped, and then the coolers are floating down the stream and the cans, and everybody thought we were dead.
What a party that was! Holy cow! Yeah.
And then you remember when Mike swung from the rope, and then he.
And he fell on the rocks?
Well, yeah, the rope is, when it swings out over the river, you let go and you land in the water, but Ding Dong didn't let go and it swung. It swings back. And he let go when he was over land. So he just fell. Like 20.
I thought he died.
I thought he did too. He hit the gravels, the edge of the river like a rock. It was incredible.
Hey, you got a good memory.
Oh God, what a moment that was! I thought he was dead.
Oh,
what an ass. All right, one more for you, Dear Meathead. Who was a better musician, Michael Jackson or Prince?
I didn't ever like Prince. I like Michael Jackson.
You're a fan of Michael. MJ's your guy, huh? Okay. All right. Well, Dad, that's all I got for you guys. It's another spectacular edition of Dear Meathead. Thank you.
Yes, it has been. I really enjoyed this morning.
Oh, yeah. We always love it. Okay. Well, anything else that you want to say in closing, either of you?
Well,
Can you send any of those pictures?
I'm all right, but Joanna's got a question.
Uh-huh.
Can you send any of the pictures from the party to our computer?
Did you hear that?
I can do that, or I can send them to your phone because you have a new phone, right?
Yeah, but it's a flip phone.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'll send them to your computer.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, guys.
Well, listen, this has been a pleasure. It's a wonderful audience. I tell you, I loved the audience. And very specifically, again, I'm not singling people out. The person, I forget her name. What's the name that gave me that key?
Mark. That is not a. That is a man. Mark is a man.
I really appreciate what he did. Joanne is wearing that keychain.
I'm not wearing it.
I mean, you're not wearing it, but she's got it.
Yeah, you don't.
She's got a key on it.
Last I checked, you don't wear keychains, Dad.
Well, hey, what do you want from me?
Well, yeah, it's a keychain with the state of Michigan keychain. Yeah, that's what Mark sent you. That's very nice.
Great looking item, man. He's got to sell every one of them for a minimum of $10 a piece.
And he made that? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that is just very sweet of him to do that. Him and his better half.
It really, it's an awesome looking thing.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I wish you'd get your hand on one of them and try to display that because he needs a break on having people ask for that.
You mean like we should sell them on the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I would love to do that. I didn't even know he was a woodworker.
Oh, that was
now
good
listen,
job.
just because you saw that, I don't want you to get a notion that you can do it too, because you're gonna.
No, I can't.
I don't
have the equipment to do that.
You're gonna lose another finger.
Maybe a hand this time.
Yeah, we can't have that, man.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Thanks a lot for the opportunity given to me to do what I'm doing. God bless you all, and I'll talk to you a week from now.
Yes, sir. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye. There we go. Well, how about that? That might have been one of the all-time greats there. Excuse me. Just a lot of fun moments with Dad and Joanne. What a tandem. The spot that we're in with these discussions. She has an idea of what I'm going to park on when he says things like, I don't go for the shenanigans at a wedding. And people need to get dressed any way they can. And memory is sometimes forgettable. And then when she just roars with laughter. What a sense of humor on her. Total package. And then Dennis says, I love good up north drinking stories. I'm not kidding you. When Charity Scam Mike fell from that rope, oh, God, the smack. Whammo. Insane impact. Oh. Thank you, Kyle. Kyle writes, we all love your dad and stepmom. They are amazing. Such a joy to listen to. I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to try to get Joe Martinez on here in just a second. Talk about how his mother is weighing in. When I said that your son, Joe, has taught me to say things like this in Spanish.
Comes chingo de cagada.
Comes chingo.
Comes chingo de cagada.
It's hard to say.
Comes chingo de cagada.
Cagada. Comes chingo de cagada.
Comes chingo de cagada.
De caga. It is a very difficult combination of sounds there.
Comes chingo de cagada.
De cagaga. De cada. De cat. Anyway, that means eat tons of shit.
Come mis nalgas cuando yo estoy cagando, cabrón.
There's no way I could say that. I can't do it. But I wish I could. I would be telling someone to eat my ass while I'm shitting.
Vete a la chingada, cabrón.
Vete la chingada, cabrón. Cabrón or cadrón? Cabrón? That's go fuck yourself. The only one I've mastered is your mother's a whore.
Tu madre es una puta.
He took his time there. Tu madre es una puta. It's impossible to screw up. That one, he took his time. He's speaking too fast on the other ones. I can't get it. Anyway, I'll bring him in shortly. Hopefully he'll pick up. You know how it is. People don't like it when I call because I put him on the podcast. Like, what? Hey, oh no, it's happening again. Excuse me. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid NEV, 616-532-6600. Get your vehicle repaired there in West Michigan, servicing all makes and models, domestic, European, and Asian. Basically everything minus Volkswagens, as I'm told. They are completing a renovation to more than double how they can serve the customer in terms of space. Reach out to them, 616-532-6600. They've been with me since way back. Not quite as long as TC Paintball, but a long-ass time. Thank you, Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. If you are in West Michigan, make that your destination to get your vehicle repaired. Irvine's, vines.com. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Side note, with Mario being the owner of the West Michigan Ironmen, I just got word about this year's football schedule, which I will have tickets for you. I will be giving away tickets in the Eric Zane section, part of Mercy Health Arena. April 16th, there's a game. Let's see. May 7th, there's a game. May 21, there's a game. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. I think I screwed something up. Also, Sunday, May 15th, that's a 2 p.m. start. There might, wait a minute. May 21, there's not a game. I'm lying about that. And then there's one in June. That would be June 4th. So that's awesome. We'll have tickets to give away. I bring that up because Mario owns that football team. How great is that? And, of course, the man behind the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. He also has the naming rights for the beautiful brand new convention center next to Mercy Health Arena in downtown Muskegon. It says Van Dyke Mortgage Convention Center. He paid for that. So there you go. I'm bragging on his behalf. If you need a mortgage and you are anywhere where this show is heard, with the exception of Maine, Alaska, South Carolina, and Hawaii, call Mario, 231-332-6505. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. We have Paintball Sunday. I just spoke with Triston Grant, former Grand Rapids Griffin and Milwaukee Admiral. Triston lives here, and he is showing up to paintball. That's awesome. Paintball Sunday, 5 p.m. You want in? Let me know. Eric at ericzaneshow.com, and let me know that you are attending. I said to him the other day, I go, who's the most famous person you ever beat up? And he said, Aaron Downey. Now, I don't know. I think this was a pretty even fight, but it goes on forever. These guys must have been exhausted. So Triston here is fighting Aaron Downey, who at the time was playing for the Grand Rapids Griffins. The video will get better. Looks like shit right now. But I swear to God, and I used to watch Bob Probert and Joe Koster fight. This might be one of the longest fights you'll ever see.
And now we go. Grant and Downey in the far corner of the Griffin zone. Downey still with his helmet on as Grant lost his. Grant with a couple of rabbit punches to the left cheek. Downey comes back with a couple to the left ear. Now Grant with a big left. Grant with another left. Downey, both of them exchanging left hands. Downey's helmet's still on, however. Grant with an uppercut. Downey tries to tie him up as the left hand around the collar.
Triston's trying to get the helmet off.
Now over the top right, and he swings and gets more of a forearm. Now Grant with a good haymaker. Downey comes back with a left. Another left. Grant comes back with a left. Swinging wildly as both their right arms are tied up. Both of them landing good blows here. Downey kept his helmet on. Grant did not. And now it's starting to peter out, but Grant lands a couple rights to the back of the helmet.
You think it's over? You think it's over? It's not.
Another one to the face. It looked like it was going to peter out. And now Downey again with a good left. Grant comes back with a left. Triston Grant hasn't disappointed this year in his two fights at the Bradley Center. Downey and Grant tie up on the far wall near the Griffins bench. Downey swings wildly with a left that misses the top. Lands a couple to the ear. Now Grant comes back with two more rights.
I like how they cut to the kid shooting video. Don't do that.
Downey throws a
Oh, God.
kind of glancing blows off the top of Grant's head. Everybody's starting to cheer, even the players, as they continue to fight. I've never seen the
They're
players
exhausted.
cheer as the fight goes on.
Shit.
Letting him go. Downey with an uppercut with his right, down to the back of the head. Jimmy Howard has started to clean up the equipment as the two
Jimmy Howard
still square off and looking at one another, and now finally it's broken up. And Triston Grant.
I need to call him immediately and ask about that fight. I should have told him this was going to happen. Fuck, that's ridiculous. Triston will be playing paintball on Sunday. Come on. He builds houses now in Grand Rapids. It's a hell of a fight. I'll link it up in the show notes.
Your call has been forwarded to an...
Kenny makes a great point. I've never understood exactly why fighting in hockey is okay, yet in football they can't even taunt the other team. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, hockey. I think there's like a culture in hockey, and it just goes back. And nowadays it's harder than ever to fight. If you fight twice in a game, you're out. Sarah says they get thrown out in hockey as well. Yeah, but I mean, come on. He's right. In football, if there's anything even remotely that resembles a fight, it would never look like that. I'm telling you, if there was a moment in a football game where players were throwing punches like with their helmets off like that in a football game, it would be the top story on the news and it would be incredible. But hockey is just another day at the office. Hockey's ridiculous, and I don't have a problem with it. I mean, it's just part of the game. Kyle says, let them fight. Same with football and NASCAR. It adds to the sport. It does. People love that shit. All right. Let's see if I can get shut out again on another phone call. Joe Martinez. Aha. Hold on. Tristan's calling me back. Hey, hang on real quick. Hey, so I'm live on the podcast. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just, with the audience, watched the fight with Aaron back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The long one.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Wow, I can't imagine the exhaustion. And I mean, seriously, I've seen fights go on a while, like half as long, and everybody's exhausted.
Oh, yeah. I remember getting into the hallway behind the bench in Milwaukee, and I just kind of like bent over because it was like I thought it was like close to like a minute and a half, between maybe a minute and a half and 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was in pretty good shape by then. I couldn't imagine doing that right now. I'd probably choke out.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's not easy work. Plus, he's trying to punch you. You got all the gear on. He's trying to restrain you. That was a hell of a fight. Was that the one you were referring to?
Yeah, that's the only time I fought him. You know, I got a funny story behind that. So Grand Rapids stayed overnight in Milwaukee that night. So then I was at the mall in Milwaukee the next day. And I actually ran into Aaron Downey. He was in the food court, and I walked by, and we kind of locked eyes, and we're like, all right, here we go again. Right in the food court. But no, he came up to me. He's like, hey, man, I'm so sorry I didn't take my helmet off last night. And we didn't square off. He's like, I felt like such a scumbag, and we chatted for about 20 minutes, and he was a really great guy, and I think that's a pretty prime example of like how the kind of the hockey culture is, and especially with between two willing combatants like we were, and we talked, and he was just like, man, that was a great fight. And, he gave me kudos and everything. He didn't really know much about me because I spent majority of my early career in the Eastern Conference in the Philadelphia system. So. Yeah, that was kind of like my Aaron Downey story. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, 90% of the time that these guys, well, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes people are pissed off, but a lot of times if it's a good, fair fight, they get into the bin and they'll have a nice conversation after. And where I sit, I'm always like in the middle of it. I'm like, how the hell is this even real?
Right? Yeah, exactly. I'm sure you've heard both sides of it, being sportsmanlike and other things like saying something terrible about your significant other or your mother.
There's this is the only sport though that you would have those type of moments. So in basketball, they would hate each other for life. In football, it's just a joke when it comes to these type. They don't let them fight, and nor if they did fight would they say, "Hey, good job out there." That would never happen.
No, it's great. It's great when you always see like the pat on the butt after the fight, and you always see concern of. A lot of times you see concern if another guy, gets hurt, gets knocked out or something like that. You always see the concern of that. That's what I'm really proud about hockey culture for sure. And that definitely separates us from other sports.
Have you been following the Red Wings?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have a little bit for sure. I've been trying to stay in tuned with what's going on in the NHL. You know, I'm still, you know, I'm a big fan of hockey still, and yeah, it's just been great. They've been kind of struggling a little bit, but
they have.
They've got some good young players.
No, they do. And the reason why I ask is because one of my favorite things is to watch some of these nuanced moments that Moritz Seider pulls off, like the reverse check and the pass in the stick work.
I watched that this morning. I was just like,
yeah,
my chest hurt just from watching that, because I've been in that situation. It's like, I'm gonna flatten this guy. I'm gonna send this guy into the 10th row in the stands. And
yeah.
Like, the timing just gets off a little bit, and you just, oh yeah, that one hurts.
And he's big, and he's gonna get bigger because he's only 20. So, you know, a lot more of that weight room work, because he's tall, but he's still a little slight, you know.
Yep.
So I mean, 15 pounds of Red Wing weight room muscle, and once he gets the old man strength, because he doesn't have the old man strength yet.
No, not yet. That's lots of scar tissue build up over the years. But yeah, he definitely. I never had an opportunity to play with him, but he definitely looks like a special player for sure. And I know everyone in Detroit, are feeling pretty blessed.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Someone described him as just the right blend of Konstantinov and Lidstrom.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's when I was a big Red Wings fan. When Konstantinov was, he was one of my favorite players. I think I wore number 16 one year in minor hockey because of him, because he was such a solid defenseman in so many different aspects. So yeah, those some big names, some legendary names in Detroit, and I don't have without a doubt that he'll live up to that for sure.
Are you still building houses?
Yeah, I'm actually just doing some renovations here and there. I kind of been going back between commercial and residential, and I got to pay my bills, and it's, at the same time trying to find balance with the family. We got a newborn in the house as well, so just living that life. So
congratulations!
It's been pretty good.
I didn't realize, what is the age of the child?
I got a toddler that turns 5 in May. Then, our other daughter, Lillian, is just 2 months old.
Oh, my God. You're so screwed.
I know.
Oh, no.
Double payback.
and when I say that, I don't mean like bad. I mean like,
no, I know.
Daughters are so spectacular. My son was great, but I was also raised with brothers. I had never had any exposure to sisters or anything like that when I was growing up. And now, I have a new level of patience with the world because of my daughters.
Yeah, I've definitely turned much softer than I was 4 or 5 years ago. So, no, it's great. It's great. I don't need another male Triston Grant, in the world right now. And my oldest is like a spinning image of me, just in a different chromosome. So, no, it's good.
Okay,
it's
so
definitely feeling blessed.
Well, if you have a minute, come see us at Paintball, and it would be great, because you said that you're hunting podcasters now.
Yeah, exactly. You got to target your back.
Okay, and you know what? I'd love to hear you on the Griffins game during the. I know sometimes Bob Kaiser would have you up in the booth during the game.
Yeah.
Is that something you like to do?
I do. Yeah, it's fun. Like it's always good. It's always good, and seeing a different part, I've definitely stood up many times up in the press box before, so this time I just got a mic in front of me. But no, it's great. I actually will be there for the Jeff Hogan jersey retirement on the 2nd. So.
Are you going to speak?
No, I don't think. I'll probably just stand there. As I always did. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, the reason why I ask is because when they retired Picard's jersey, Travis Richards spoke, to to Michelle on the ice. So that was cool. But, that special team that won the Calder Cup, Triston, man, if there was ever a reunion, that would be that barn would be sold out. My God, would that be incredible?
Yeah, I know that was definitely a special group, and that's the reason why we won. We just had it was definitely a special brotherhood, and that's what we need to do to be successful, especially at the minor league levels for sure. So,
did you see Callie retired?
Yeah, like I talked to him. I was at the game when he was in town last time as well. So
did you see him? They put him on the big board and he starts chugging a beer.
Yeah,
it's like it's rolling off his face.
Some things never change.
No. I saw that, and he's put on a few too. You can tell he's retired. He's a fat fuck.
I know it happens. It happens. Yeah. Happens quick.
Well, I'm
when
sorry.
You're consuming the same amount of calories, but you're not burning them. It's just it happens quick.
Oh hell yeah! That, so. All right. Well, it was a joy to see the fight. I'll hopefully talk to you Sunday.
Yeah, you bet.
All right, buddy. Have a good one. Be safe.
Yeah, you too. You go. Thanks. Bye.
Yes, sir. Triston freaking Grant, an impromptu interview. Absolute classic. Oh. There's a video of him when he fought Milan Lucic of the fucking Boston Bruins. And he was a thug. And Triston punched him so fucking hard in the fucking face. And this guy just kind of went, brrr. He didn't do anything. And then he hit him again. And then Lucic, he was a beast. He started to hit Triston, and Triston lost his footing, and that's it. As soon as the guy goes down, everybody assumes the other guy won, but I think that was a draw too. It was a damn good fight. Quick fight. Thank you, Triston. That's fun. Great, man. He's like a hell of a personality. Okay, that has eaten my time, so I'm going to put off getting Joe Martinez on to talk about his sweet mother and him teaching me swear words till tomorrow or something like that. Or the Patreon. I don't know. I've got a lot of stories that I've kind of skipped today because of the direction that it went, but sometimes that happens, and that's fun. So, all right. Thank you, Triston. My friends at Bennett Flooring Installation, the Great Flooring Giveaway. I just got another nomination for Great Flooring Giveaway number 3, and this is going to be so difficult. Oh, boy. We have... every one of them would be fantastic recipients. They really would. And the hardest thing about the Great Flooring Giveaway is having to pick only one. And I hate this. I hate that part of it. But, I'm sure there'll be more Great Flooring Giveaways. I really do. So, because that is why, because Jacob and Jason Bennett are just so sweet and giving. They're just installing flooring into someone's home for free because it's nice. They're giving back. It's like what Joe Martinez does. So that's kind of what this whole thing is all about. So well done, guys. If you want an estimate of to have the flooring replaced in your home, reach out 616-318-0167. Talk to Jacob and Jason Bennett from Bennett Flooring Installation in West Michigan. When they show up at your house, they measure it. That's all free, of course. They'll tell you exactly what it's going to cost. If you can, go ahead and do the heavy lifting and rip out the old stuff, okay? Less work means less cost for them, for you, okay? So if you do, some of the heavy lifting, that will reduce your cost of the flooring installation. And this is the absolute cheapest way you can do it and have it look 1,000,000% perfect. Bennett Flooring Installation at 616-318-0167. And then the flooring that I'd like you to buy comes from Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home Discount Outlet behind Little Caesars in Granville, Michigan. This sale goes on till the end of March because normally I give you 10% off when you say my name. Screw that for March because if a product has a blue tag on it, it's 20% off. Green tag, 30%. Red tag, 40% on an already discounted price. that comes to you cheaper than anybody else already because they buy it by the tractor trailer load and then put it in the warehouse, and then Zaniac can't drop the U at a drop the E at a U. He has to set all this stuff up in the warehouse. Remnants, full rolls of carpet, laminate, hardwood, tile, you name it, they have it all. Right now, though, they're packed to the gills, so they got to get rid of this shit. So that's why they did this big sale in March, because Darwin keeps buying it. So you're going to get it cheap. Cheaper than anybody else. I can promise you that. Johnson Carpet, 1 floor and home. If I want you to pay attention next time you're on Chicago Drive so you know where it is. You see the Little Caesars. It's right behind that. It's a big, ugly, beige building. Looks like a barn with a red sign about this big. It's stupid. Anyway, that's Johnson Carpet, 1 floor and home. Discount outlet behind Little Caesars. Though you're already getting the deep discounts in March, still mention my name so that they know that you listen to me and I told you to go there, because that helps me. They know that the marketing on the show works. All right. Asshole of the Day nominations. If you have any, go ahead and make them. And yesterday, it was a Tesla jumper, Alex Choi. I think that should be, as we know more information, we know Alex Choi did that damn thing. We know it. He did that. He could be the asshole of the day. Asshole of the day, listen, both sides of the story. Psycho BK employee, also asshole of the day, Mayo slinging BK customer. Well, we don't know enough about the Mayo slinging, because we don't know if it was a Mayo packet or a handful of mayonnaise. And if you suggest anyone in that story, are you thinking about the guy in Hastings, Michigan, who lit the cop car on fire? I think that guy, I mean, you'd have to give at least an idea, a nod to some degree, that guy has to be in the running too. All right. Let me think about that. Okay. The NFK, Saltgate with evidence, the On Deck Circle podcast, Alex Choi. Cop car there goes my sign. Cop car torched, fast food worker opens fire. Dear Meathead, that was awesome. Triston Grant, that was awesome. Okay. Wish I had a name of this guy. I think you can figure out what the hell I'm going to be doing here. Your Asshole of the Day is brought to you by JM Synthetics and TC Paintball. It is Cop Car Fire Starter. Making sure I spelled that right. That would be embarrassing if I did. That is your Asshole of the Day. On Patreon, some folks at a school are in trouble because they got the young kids, to do something political. And I love this. This is so great. And Disney is in trouble. And this pertains to it's called the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida. But it couldn't be further from the truth. That makes it sound like the don't ask, don't tell policy that they used to have in the military. In the state of Florida, they passed a law that kindergarten through third grade, teachers cannot discuss, when it comes to like sexuality, anything about homosexuality or gay, lesbian, non-binary, whatever, LGBTQ plus. And now, when I first saw this, I didn't even know what the bill was that they had passed or are passing. I don't even know where the fuck it is. But I support the bill, and here's why. I wouldn't want anybody talking to my kids about anything sexual prior to third grade and under. Nothing. Shut the fuck up. Typically, they don't start teaching that type of thing till a little bit later in the education process. And usually, the first thing you learn about is, where babies come from. And girls get their periods and shit like that. They're not like, it isn't like in second grade, they're saying, yeah, this is where the dick goes. You stuff it in the vagina. Seriously. So I don't want anybody saying anything about sex to my kid 3 years and under. And, that's what this bill blocks teachers from talking about that K through third grade. Well, I'm all about equal rights and equality. Hell, I think I'm a one dick sucked at age 10 away from being a homosexual. I may have been at a crossroads at one point. I'm a little gay. We all know that. So fuck that shit. But at the same time, no, I don't want some fucking teacher teaching my kids about whatever the fuck or trying to, go ahead and, you're gay or whatever. Shut up. That's mom. And that's what the bill is all about. They're allowing it so that mom and dad can make that decision. And that's okay. That is not a problem. So these assholes need to shut up. But now the world is still erupting about this. I have a feeling this is how a lot of people who are seeing this bill who happen to be gay are acting like fucking bull terrorists when it comes to this fucking thing. And it's bullshit. Anyway, I'm getting into that on the Patreon because it is bullshit and how Disney is involved. This whole thing is stupid. Patreon.com. There goes the sign /Eric Zane. I want you to listen to this show, the Patreon. It's a second podcast. Patreon.com /Eric Zane. $5 or $10 a month. $5 a month gets you all of the audio archive and any new audio recordings. You do not get access to anything live with the $5 a month. But if you do the $10 a month, you get it live just like you're getting this show live. And the video live streams. Audio, video archive, and video live streams. All there for you. I suggest trying it out for 1 month. Just 1 month. Can you do that for me? I will give you this free podcast. This is my guarantee. I'll give you a free podcast every single day, and I appreciate you paying attention to it. Can you at least try? Just try 1 month. If it sucks, you're only out $5 or $10. That's it. But if you try, and a lot of people, if they think like you, do that, the lights stay on, the puppies stay fed, this podcast continues to grow. I spend more money on pieces of equipment that I don't have to bash with my hand. I buy billboards. More people learn about the show. The show grows. I can do this till the day I die, talking to my sweet dad, getting lessons on how to say nasty words in Spanish.
Tu madre es una puta.
Talking to Triston Grant, having paintball parties, going out to Bosco's. Without that Patreon influence, we're dead. And I give you 15 plus hours every week on it. So I give you a lot. There's no one on Patreon who gives you more than what I give you. Oh, look at that. I just got a commission. I have a commission deal with my good friends at JM Synthetics. So when you buy AMSOIL, I get money. True to his word. Thank you, Jason Mays. Thank you to Patriot Nick for buying the product. You are awesome. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I'll talk to you on Patreon a little bit later on. And, yeah, that's it. You guys are the best. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you down the road. Bye-bye.
Power Penny days are back, just in time for spring at JCPenney. Stock up on wardrobe staples to home essentials, like tees for the family, select styles starting at $7. Soak up the savings with $5 Home Expressions quick dry bath towels in an array of colors. Or use your coupon to save an extra 25% store-wide. Incredible prices, spectacular savings. Hurry, ends Sunday. JCPenney. Offers and coupon valid 3/24 to 3/27. Some exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details. Power Penny deals excluded from coupon.